follow up on it. But Tom, when you sent out the link, and I'm thinking about the topic, and you sent me an email last night. Can you talk a bit about the Finnish federations and when they came up with the concept of the 4 parts of the game? And I don't know if everybody should have the link. I mailed it out. I'll mail it out again from Tom. Tim, you requested it. And Tom, one of the things I had with you sent out the whole book 1, ABCs. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's a digital. One of Juhani's friends put a digital, digital version of the book.
Now, one of the things, do you know how far into it, how many pages in that particular element, that part of the 4 parts of the game that they've created that's been sort of a foundation of their approach to understanding how to teach the game and think the game?
Well, the first mention is really early. I've got a copy right here of the book that we presented at the World Championships in Finland years ago. Juhani, I, and Ursinov, and he made these books for every coach. It was the best presentation I've ever seen. And page 7 is the first mention of the player role, but you can click on that digital copy. You can just click on it. It says the 4 game playing roles.
Yeah.
And it goes to it.
Well, I'm going to be playing with it, Tom, but can you talk about those principles, what they are? And I don't know how they compare to the principles in Hockey Canada, where they've created the offensive principles and defensive principles. There's a similarity to them, but I really like the clarity of the way the Finns approach it.
Well, their whole program is based on this kind of conceptualizing what actually you are doing in a hockey game. And in a hockey game, there's constant transition between the game playing roles and between the game situations, which are offense, defense, and loose puck. And then in the game, there's 4 basic things that are always happening. You're either on offense and all the things that happen on offense, or on defense. And on offense, a player has a puck and the other 4 players are supporting the puck. So the player with the puck is role 1. Role 2 are the players that are supporting the puck. And on defense, suppose the player is checking the puck carrier and the other players are covered away from the puck. So that role 3 is checking the puck carrier and cover away from the puck. So that's how you break that down and you teach those different segments of the game. So role 1, when you're coaching, you're teaching skating, puck handling, shooting, all the things you do on your own. And where that's individual offensive skills. Team offensive skills. Okay, now you are teaching all the things that you do together without opposition. So if you're running drills like weave or something like this, without opposition, at the as far as learning the techniques of the game, and then to work on the team play like power play, breakouts, and all that. So that's all in role 2 is team offense. And then like what you saw Howie teaching the girls last year, the under 18, he really stressed role 3, right? Individual defensive skills. And at least half his practice was on individual defensive skills, and that's a whole set of things to do, and that's role 3. And role 4 is your team defensive skills. So that's basically how they break everything down, and that I sent a link to how I've got it broken down, all like that. And then you're going between these roles all the time. And in a game, your team gets a puck, if you're pretty good level, between 180 and 200 times a game, each team. So it changes hands 6-7 times a minute. And about 30% of the time the puck is loose. So you have to work on loose puck situations too. The players have to earn the puck. So everything they do is broken down like this. And as far as, like, I have like 1,500 drills in games. It's easy to slot them in to where they belong in that whole conceptualization of the game. So that's what so does everybody follow me here?
Yeah, Tom, I'm just going to explain. I've read the book a number of times, and you have a numbering system, and it's very concrete, sequential, orderly to follow. And it appears that it reinforces how to teach at whatever level of play you are at.
Well, yeah, it's at the start of the book, there's game formations. So this is Juhani's code, game formations. So if something is A, they're working on individual skills, right? And then where it starts. So in A1, players are skating across the ice without a puck. A100, they're skating across the ice with a puck. And A2, same thing. They're skating the length of the ice and then the length of the ice with a puck. And then B are the things you do without opposition. A lot of the flow drills you do and all these kind of things are part of it. And where you start. So a B4, everybody's in the middle circle. B6, they're in the corner. B600, they start at the blue line. So if I'm putting something in I see as B600, I know it starts, the players are at the 4 blue lines. And C is game situations, your 1-on-1, 2-on-1s, and all these sort of things. And they're the same thing. The number then tells where the players start at, the drill from. And D is games. And D1 is a full ice game with no spares. D100 is a full ice game with extra players. And D2 is cross ice game. D200 cross ice game with extra players. And they're all numbered according to where you run the game on the ice. And DT is transition games, and that's a real Finnish thing. That was Erkka Westerlund's thing. And there, I think it's the least thing that's used in North America. And there's one puck and the players rotate in, and you can change whatever situation you want to create. You can create it. And there's no whistle, so the coach can coach. And, you have rules that constrict things or encourage things. E is shootouts, different kinds of shootouts. And F is fitness skating. And G, of course, is goaltending. And O is off-ice training. So all of those things are put into that code. So it really simplifies where to find something. So, if I want to work on 2-on-1s, I can just go to C and look at what 2-on-1s are there. And I always put the title describing what's happening plus a level, whether it's U18 girls or pro or Canadian women, a lot of Canadian women things. And, I can find it right there. And I write them up in a PDF I'm just putting the YouTube link on all of the PDFs. They didn't have those. I originally didn't put them on YouTube. So it's all organized according to that. I also sent you a video just this morning. I don't know who's seen this, but it was done by a Finnish coach at the World Championships, and he did a Detroit-Pittsburgh game. But on the World Championships in Prague there in 2015, and in the top right-hand corner, just to show how the game flows, top right-hand corner, Canada versus Russia. So when Canada has a puck, there's a green dot. When the puck is loose, it's a yellow dot. And when Canada's on defense, it's a red dot. And it really shows how the puck constantly changes hands. And it's a really good demonstration of, because I think we base, a lot of times we coach as if hockey were basketball, that you have the puck all this time and a lot of time to do things, where in reality, every 10 seconds or 9 seconds, the puck is changing hands. And that's why, you know, after you do a drill, it's really important you make a breakout pass. You don't just leave the puck in the corner, because that's not hockey. So that's what that video I sent you shows.
Okay,
And
Tom, here's my question. For everybody there, I've known Tom for years. I knew about the book for years. But Tom, when I